Welcome to Conversations in Coruscant. I'm Mart.
I'm Dan.
And we're going to talk Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. What?
And we're going to talk about this Rogue One trailer.
Oh, my God, yes. What did you think, man? Like, you're...
The first thing, right? Because when the Star Wars Episode 7 trailer came out, when the Force Awakens trailer dropped, it was a lot of nostalgia for everybody. It was like, this is the Star Wars that we know and love. This is the Star Wars we know and love because it's set in that time period. Everything is the same.
Right, finally.
Really familiar.
Yeah. We saw that 88-second clip on Thanksgiving for The Force Awakens. I didn't know what to do. And it was almost like, I kept telling myself too, right? I was like, there's no way that they're going to be able to replicate this feeling again for me. There's no way that they're going to be able to put out another movie where I'm going to get just as excited, if not more excited. And you know what? I feel like they did.
Yeah.
It was beautiful, man. I don't know if it was because of the music. I don't know. The way they did the music, it was very, it opened up with this like build up, I feel like, to this. We all know what the story is about. Some of the people that aren't following it like we are, they don't know exactly what the story is about. So the story is about the Death Star plans, and we know that. But the way that this music opened up the trailer, I feel like it's like, wow, man, is it going to be that epic getting these Death Star plans? And you're starting to realize that this is some sort of covert Black Ops mission. And who's the guy in the white?
Well, the guy in the white, Ben Mendelsohn, I still think is Admiral Thrawn, because we haven't seen anybody in actual canon wearing that white Admiral's uniform. It's all come from, the EU legends. And the most famous Admiral that we all know is Thrawn. I know he was blue.
Yeah, he was a Chiss. He was I forget the planet, but they were a xenophobic race. They were called the Chiss. They had red eyes, very human, but they looked like humans. It's almost like they fell into like a porta potty, and they got all that blue liquid all over them, and then someone just
got
put
sucked
like
through the airplane toilet. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
all that pressure caused the eyes to kind of go red.
Red. Yeah, right. So that's exactly what they were. But anyway, yeah, and Admiral Thrawn, was this great military strategist, and he was a total badass. And in the books, he was very calculated, very quick, and just very good. And I would go back to what we were talking about earlier, how you were saying, the Empire itself was xenophobic. They were very just all humans, like, hey, we're kind of, George almost did right, my buddy George Lucas.
George?
Right. He wrote the story, and he based, he kind of, based the Empire off of the Nazis, and they were very just.
I mean, the first time I think we've ever seen the Empire or any of the bad people do a salute was the First Order, and the First Order did something very similar to a Nazi salute, right? And with the first time we've seen them do anything like that before.
Yeah, and I mean it calls all back to that. I mean, you have the red banners hanging, and it was very, very big, and it was a huge call out. And I want to see the Empire being a force, like a danger. Like, I want to see them, like, not the First Order being, because we get this First Order and they're menacing. Like, they're not these dopey stormtroopers that miss every shot. They're not, you can tell that these guys are nobody you want to mess with, and Finn makes that apparent, and they're running from him the whole time. With the Empire,
Kylo Ren in a way was almost scarier than Vader. Not by stature, because Vader was huge and that mask was freaky as hell, but because he was angry and very unpredictable, because he was very tantrum-esque, and it's like, you really didn't know what this guy was going to do.
I mean, he just tells him some bad news and he just destroys a console right in front of him. And then he goes, oh, and he's just trying to tell him the truth. He's like, and there was a girl. And he just, what girl? He's like, what girl? It's my favorite part of the whole movie. I'll tell you right now, that scene is my favorite scene in that whole movie. But anyway.
That scene as well, that one for me solidifies that he knows who Rey is.
Oh, yeah.
A girl on Jakku.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, it was just like, yeah, you're right. There was just, why was he freaking out just about some chick? Why did it matter that it was a girl?
Unless he left her there.
Oh, I'm right with you there. I'm right there with you. And our little girl Rey, I'm already gonna say it right now. I think Jyn is the mom. Jyn, Jyn, Rey. They're look. The best story from Star Wars is the most simplest story. Every time we've been getting, everyone's like, oh, but it's always the same. Everyone's complaining because they're looking for this convoluted tale that's too much. We're not trying to make Star Wars complex here, people. What made Star Wars great is that it's been this simple story, and it works.
I agree, but there's also no need for Jyn to be Rey's mother. It doesn't add anything. Because they're never going to be in the same movie together.
I know, but it kind of fits. It can work timeline wise, age, all of that.
Mon Mothma could be her mother. That fits.
Oh, man, Mon Mothma. Let's not go off topic with who she might be. I mean, that's just my thought, but can't you not say that they did the most wonderful casting with the Mon Mothma play? My God.
She was the one who got cast in the deleted cut scene from episode 3. So she's already been Mon Mothma once, but then she ended up on the cutting room floor. So to have that opportunity to come back and actually play that character properly, that's awesome. And she looks so much like her.
Oh, like amazing. I was incredibly blown away by that part. It's like when you think that they couldn't bring you anything like less than being spectacular stuff. Like they bust it right out in front of your face.
Part of me, when I first saw it, thought she was CG because she looked so much like her. I mean, to me, it was like an instant. There was no question of like, who is that? You knew who it was. It just instantly just connected in your mind. Like, did they do anything to make her look more like her, but so perfect? I assume she's. Sorry, I keep hitting things. I assume she's going to act really well as too, because I wouldn't assume that they would hire somebody who can't act.
Right. Yeah. And that's what I was thinking too. Like, are they just going for the face? But it seemed like the voice, everything matched up just from what we heard in the trailer.
I think she's going to be a really good actress, because looking at what the decisions that Disney has made with,
I know,
or any of the properties and the casting they do, if they were going to go for people that looked like other characters, they would have hired Anthony Gruber to do Han Solo, which they haven't, because he's not a very good actor.
Yeah, and he did like really good impersonations, and
yeah, but being an impressionist is not the same thing as
being different. Yeah, being able to make you believe that he is the embodiment of not only Harrison Ford but Han Solo or Indiana Jones. You just can't do that. No. The man had swagger in real life. He's just that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's also, we have this trailer where at the end, so we have the Thrawn character, we have Jyn Erso, we have this band of, it seems like, hired mercenaries that are running, out of through a battle. The blind guy with the staff that kicks the crap out of them stormtroopers.
Looks awesome.
Yeah, right. It was just, all of what we got out of this trailer was like intense. This is going to be some down and dirty, dog fight, like just blasters, and hopefully that tall figure was Vader. I mean, there's so much to be said about all of the things that happened in this trailer. I mean, a lot of people think it's Vader with a cape. It could be the Emperor,
because he never wore a cape.
I know, but it's just you can't deny the fact that he might
it's not
have
a cape,
worn one before.
They are robes. They are the kind
that's
of
what I'm
robes
saying. He might have had like a robe on. That's what I'm saying. He might have. I mean, who knows? Maybe he never lost his way in wearing that stuff. The character was big and tall. I'm not saying it could be. I mean, I'm not saying it couldn't be, or it could be. I'm just saying it's a total possibility.
I think it's going to be one of two people. I think it's going to be Ben Mendelsohn's Admiral character, or it's going to be the Emperor. And so it's like, I mean, I can't see why the Emperor would be in the tank, which is why I'm not so sure that it's the Admiral.
Well, I've heard he's had to like in the EU, there was like he had to like regenerate like and heal a lot because the dark side took a lot out of him and stuff. Using the dark side takes a lot out of a human being.
A part of me really wants it to be the Emperor kneeling, because we know the Emperor wears a dark cloak. You know, it's not going to be out of the realm of possibility. And the figure to be in the tank to be Snoke. A part of me wants that because it would be nice to have it connect and to, I keep hitting things, and to have that journey, so that because although outside of the movie we know that Snoke's been around since A New Hope, the Clone Wars, he's been around since probably the Phantom Menace in lore. Maybe even before. For all we know, he's a couple of thousand years old and was around in the Old Republic.
Yep. That's what we're being told anyway.
I want an Old Republic movie so bad.
Yeah, that would be. I know. And you know what? But the thing is, if they dive into an Old Republic, they're gonna not canonize what they already have out, and that's gonna destroy. That's the fans want the Old Republic stuff to be canonized because they believe that it doesn't interfere with any of the future story stuff, like any of the story material that's out right now.
Gary not canonize any of the Old Republic legends.
They did canonize Bane.
They did.
Darth Bane.
They did, and they can canonize characters, but they won't canonize the stories.
Yeah, and I mean, in Rebels, they just showed you a Sith holocron, and a Sith holocron is always recorded by a master, and who's going to be the master of this holocron? Who are they going to bring to you now from the Old Republic? Because I mean, we're kind of digressing here, but it's Star Wars. Who gives a hell?
Let's digress.
Yeah, right. They freaking
digress. That's not a word that suits you.
Yeah, I know it doesn't. It does not. We get this Sith temple, and we get all these callbacks to the Old Republic, and we get the cross sabers also in
yeah,
you know, and I was really excited about that one.
Spoilers for Rebels.
Yeah, sorry guys, this is just conversations in Coruscant, right? We just go everywhere. But you know, the Rogue One trailer, bottom line, we're gonna get a great setup to that opening scene to Episode 4.
Yes,
you know,
the end of Rogue One is going to be the beginning. It might be the Devastator.
Yeah. Yep.
It could even be as much as seeing Leia bending down over to R2.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a very iconic scene. That would be the perfect thing to end on.
That would be cool. Like kind of just like cutting to that. Because we all know what happens when the ship comes over, but you just see that end cut scene to like Leia giving R2 the, you know, that would be so cool. I do want to see Vader, but I don't want him to be a major part in the movie. I want him to be this quick kill, like they're running through hallways and like Vader like comes into the scene and like grips one of them up and slams him into like the top thing and throws him out the window, and they have to like do something real quick to like he kills like 3 or 4 people like in a snap, you know, and like wipes out these people, and she somehow has to get, you know, just one badass like holy crap, this is what Vader could do scene in like maybe a few seconds, and then that's it.
I want there are going to be very few scenes with him in it, but I want Vader to be as powerful as we know he can be, because when we get him in A New Hope, he's kind of an old guy. He's kind of
no, he's like at the end of his rope,
Well, he's kind of rather than being like I'm going to destroy everything, he's like. I want him to be a bit more kind of walk into a room and just.
Well, like the thing was
what I wanted it right. You know that scene in Thor: The Dark World when Loki kind of pushes everything out in that prison cell.
Yeah.
That's what I want from Vader. Yeah, I want him to just kind of stand and get angry and everything goes flying everywhere. Or that kind of power.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want him to like walk in, and just like almost with a flick of his finger, just be like, and it's like one dude just like hits the ceiling, and he just takes his hand and like brushes the rest of them off, and crushes their bones against the wall. Yeah. Not even using his lightsaber, because I heard there's not going to be lightsabers. And how cool would it be to have Vader be in there and not even have him ignite his lightsaber because he's just killing people with like the freaking.
No way in hell are you can have a Star Wars movie where nobody likes a lightsaber.
I heard that this wasn't going to.
I had the same thing
in it.
I had the same thing, but I'm not sure if the word that came out was that there isn't gonna be a lightsaber fight, or whether there's not gonna be any lightsabers. I know there's no Jedi in it because for as far as we all know, there's no Jedi. But yeah, I think the word out was that there's not gonna be a lightsaber duel or a lightsaber fight. That doesn't necessarily mean that Vader's not going to light it up and cut some people in half.
Yeah, but I just I'm just saying, if that's the way, if that were true, that they were like, there's not going to be a lightsaber in this, but Vader's going to be in it, and it's like, oh well, he's not going to do anything, but it's like you get this scene where he literally doesn't light his lightsaber, but he just, just like. With all of like the stuff in the room or something, kills a bunch of people, and that's what you get out of him.
Thinking about it right now, a stormtrooper does something really bad. He's really annoyed, and he just looks at the stormtrooper, and you just see his helmet cave in.
Yeah,
not just like little dents. I mean, it caves in.
We're messed up.
Amazing.
It would be, because I would totally be cool with that. That would be really awesome. And just even the guy in the white, the Thrawn character, I don't want to get carried away. We don't even know, because Thrawn showed up after Return of the Jedi. So I mean, maybe this guy is somebody else, and maybe this is a guy who's in charge of something. Tarkin was part of the building. He was the one who oversaw the construction of the Death Star. So he wasn't leading an Imperial fleet. And this guy's wearing white, and he's everyone's calling him a Grand Admiral, and Tarkin was a Grand Moff. So Tarkin wore the gray. A gray uniform. So yeah, we're getting this white cloaked figure who's seems to be lavish enough to be the, leader of all of these freaking Star Destroyers and stuff, and probably the fleet cap. He's
exactly. When you think of an admiral, you think of somebody on a boat.
You're right. Exactly. This Navy.
It would make sense for him to be on a ship looking for these rebels, hunting them down.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, he's holding that gun. I can't wait to see that. I mean, I'm also really, really excited about Forrest Whitaker's part. I mean, I loved how they cut his little line in there in this, whatever he's got. I mean, I hope he says this in the movie, because it was just an epic speech. And it sounds like Jyn might even be turned at the end of this. Who knows? Maybe they get the plans off, but she becomes the Mara Jade type character that we get.
What if her wearing that Imperial uniform at the end, the trailer, is actually the beginning of the movie? And because I heard the rumor that she is the daughter of one of the creators of the Death Star. So what if that was her, and then they turned around and but at the same time, I mean, the beginning of the trailer is talking about her being, a thief and a rebel, and
and I mean, maybe it was just because that was her Imperial Empire police records that they pulled up. I mean, were these rebels getting these charges? Where were they pulling them up from? The Empire was in charge then, so it was Imperial records that they were looking up, all of her criminal charges. They were seeing that she was someone, in that civilization causing amok, running amok, and they wanted to use her skills. But I'm just wondering, like you said, what ties does she have that makes her the one that they use to expose the Empire and bring them these plans of this crazy ass weapon. You know, why is she a key? Why is she a key component to this? Why is she the one?
Guess we'll find that in December.
Yeah, exactly. And I can't wait. And I think she's going to do
she's
great.
Not Rey's mother.
And you know, whatever. We'll see what happens. And I don't care if she's not. I just think that it's a good tie-in, and it could totally work. And it's very Star Wars.
I think Rey is the daughter of Snoke and Chewbacca.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. She does know how to speak Wookiee.
She's got brown hair.
Yep. And she knows how to speak Wookiee.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
It makes plenty of sense. I agree.
But so does Han. So.
Well, anyway, I mean, you're excited. I'm excited. I think
this movie is going to be awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait. And I think they're doing a great job at taking all of my money, and I don't care. They can take it.
Yeah. I mean, everything I've got is Star Wars now.
I mean, this is an old spaghetti jar, but I've got BB-8.
Wow. You're that poor because you spend all your money on Star Wars stuff that you have to drink out of jars.
You spend all your money on this. I've got my Vader sitting right here. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's I don't buy proper glasses, and I drink out of old spaghetti jars. Hey, I'm saving the earth. One spaghetti jar at a time.
People are going to find out that you have to pee in them later, but recycling and all that.
Hey, it keeps you hydrated. Just recycling the water. That's gross. Anyway. So before we start getting punch drunk with our conversations, and it goes way off topic out of Coruscant here, what do you think?
I think that it's going to be awesome. She's not Rey's mum. It is going to be Admiral Thrawn or a Thrawn type character.
Yeah.
Because we know Pablo Hidalgo does pull out of canon and dish stuff out to other people. Yeah. Although a lot on the legend stuff ends up in Rebels more than anywhere else, but who knows? And I believe that hooded figure is either Palpatine or the Admiral. And we may get a small bit of Snoke. Small. Just because he was around then. But they might not. I mean, because maybe the appeal for Snoke is the fact that there's a huge amount of mystery to him.
Right. Yeah. So. Yeah. I pretty much... I hope that even if she doesn't... look, I don't care if she is Rey's mom. It's just that it was a theory that I thought of, and then I saw that a couple other people, especially a blogger on the TGR network and the TGR Star Wars show that I do, we were talking, and we and him both agreed together on some certain key links between this character and Mara Jade's character, and how they could tie them in, and how I've liked how they've been not replicating the EU, but they have been using the good ideas and all of the good story material that was put out, because there was a lot of, I mean, it did get a lot of, there was a lot of stuff that kind of stepped on each other's toes, and a lot of like some plot holes, and I don't know, it was just there wasn't a lot of, it just didn't flow as well. And right now, the
story group has done a fantastic job of dishing out and organizing how everything fits together.
I mean, I just picked up C-3PO, so we're gonna find out how he gets his red arm, and it's great. I mean, I've been reading the Darth Vader story. You're learning about Darth Vader between episode 4 and episode 5. They've been putting out so much awesome material, and that's why I'm really excited about this movie, because it's gonna tie in well, because everything they've been putting out has been tying in so awesomely, and they have all of these people who are fans and that are writing all of this stuff, and it's being well taken care of, and this movie is going to be well taken care of. And I think once they get another trailer out there that's kind of speaking more to the fans that don't know that this is a a part of, it's not episode 8, that it's its own standalone, because I don't think that they kind of brought that to everyone's attention as well as they should have. But it was still a really good fucking trailer. I mean,
they've got to work on the marketing and get the marketing right on this for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It was still a really great trailer, and I am just super excited.
No words. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I am probably more looking forward towards episode 8 because I really like the way that story going.
Yeah. I mean, I'm anything that let's just put it this way. So far, they have yet to disappoint me. So everything that they're coming out with, I'm excited for until it's crap. And the only thing so far that I haven't liked is the freaking helicopter lightsabers at the end of season 2 of Rebels.
I knew it was going to end up as
I'm sorry, man. I don't like it. I mean, they're not modes of transportation. All right, listen, if they were to have used that, because at first it took me a second to get over the fact that the damn thing spun. But then I was like, you know what? They're not training these Inquisitors to be these awesome sword-wielding badasses because they don't want them to have the opportunity to overthrow them and stuff. So they give them the advantage with this souped-up lightsaber. It gives them a little bit more of a distraction advantage, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I can see that spinning technique being able to maybe use them to, if they were falling from a high distance, it might be able to kind of help them fall a little lighter. Right?
Sure. Yeah, slow the descent.
But they're taking off they're on a helipad, and they even made the noise, and I just
it was incredibly stupid. But what annoyed me most, I mean, it's a kids show. I can kind of live with it. What's annoyed me is that's now canon.
It's canon.
That's canon.
You're treating this. There's all this epic story, and then you do this.
But I guarantee that it won't appear in season 3.
Yeah, no, because you know what? I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who did not like these friggin' helicopter lightsabers. It was not cool. It was dumb. But anyway, I think I've said all I could say about this trailer, and I'm just super excited, man.
So that's our quick breakdown of the Rogue One trailer. We're both looking forward to the movie. Let us know in the comments your own theories and stuff. Dan, where can people find you in the ether?
Well, Stay on Target 42 at Stay on Target 42 is my tag on Twitter, and everything else you can find me Stay on Target 42. Stay on Target 42. Everything else, and TGR Star Wars Hour, and Dan and Pete's Good Time Hour, and PopX Cast.
And if you don't want to follow any of that because it's crap, you can follow me, and I'll be at Mart Speaks everywhere. Links all here and stuff.
Love you too.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be doing this again sometime. Maybe not with him. Maybe not with me. Who knows? That's it. Bye.
Bye.
And I want to help you see it through. Sometimes these things can be a little scary. Even